Hello there. Right, I'm back with a bit of rig making, and today I'm going to make what you call a non-bar rig. I use these rigs for a lot of my ray fishing. I've noticed some of the boys fishing locally these days are catching quite a lot of rays at the moment. With the flat weather, not much wind, is fishing well for them. So I thought I'd show you a rig which I use myself when I'm ray fishing. You can use it for other things as well. Basically the snood comes below the weight and you can fish the snood whatever length you want to. Yeah, so I'll show you how I make it. First of all, I'm going to cut off about 18 inches of 60-pound line. I've had a couple of questions about the line. You don't have to use Chameleon, it's just something that I like to use. Anyway, you can use any other 60-pound line you like. If you go for a clear line, I like to use the Yuki Invisible in 0.7 or 0.8 diameter breaking strain. That again is a fantastic line, which never really fails me. So all I'm doing first is tying on my imp to the bottom and cutting off the tag end like so. Now I'm going to add a crimp. A bead, here's the small arrow beads. A swivel. Another bead. And another crimp. The crimps I'm using are 0.9mm diameter ones to fit on the line tidy. Some people been buying them too small and they haven't been fitting. So all I'm basically doing is that. I'm going to crimp that into place before tying the snood on it, but as well in a bit. But I'll add a few more components first. So I'm going to add another crimp, a bead, same arrow bead. Now a rig spring, an SRT rig spring. Another bead. A swivel. Another bead. And another crimp. So basically what we've got is going to be sliding is that from the crimp there up to the crimp on the top. This is what I'm going to use to clip my snood into, and I'll show you that in a minute. So all I'm going to do is tie a swivel on the end of that now, and that's my rig body completed. Top that off, and there it is, swivel on the top. Nothing's crimped into place yet. Show that a bit closer so you can see. And there's the imp. So what I'm going to do is just slide the last part which I made up and keep the bottom half there, and I'm going to crimp them into place where they are there with the crimping pliers. Don't crimp them too tight, allow them to move. So you got that. Now it's time to make the snood now, so pop that to one side. And I'll get some 30-pound line. Again, I'm using Chameleon. If you wish to use something different, then that's fine. So to start off with, we'll do the hook length part. So I should probably point out now, I've got a cascade swivel here, which I'm tying to the bottom. So that's the round part of the swivel. cut the tag end off. Now what you want here is about 8 inches. Cut it off like so. Now I'm going to slide down. I should have rig tubing at the moment, but I've not got any near me, so I'll show you quickly. So the rig tubing would go down first, then we put the chino hook, which is going to be a flyer above it, so just leave it free. I'll show you another way of doing it without tubing. And then on the bottom of that, ideally you'd want a 3/0 mant extra, or a 4, what I'm using now is a 4/0. And we're going to tie that off. Wet that. Pull it tight. Like so. So that's the bottom part of your snood. What you can do to lock this into place, I don't usually like doing it, but before you cast your bait out, you can just give it one turn around the line and it'll lock it into place for yourself then. And then obviously push it through your bait and leave the hook point clear as well. So there's the bottom part. Now, however long you want this snood to be, you can cut your desired hook length off on this length. I mean, if you wanted to be 5 foot, you could cut this 5 feet if you wish to do so. I'm going to keep it short at the moment and do a 2 foot piece. So my snood is going to be about 30 inches long, because I got 6 inches from here. So on the swivel again, the top part this time, which is there. Cut off the tag end. Like so. So that is your hook length ready to go. So what I'm going to do with the rig body that I made just now is just clip a weight onto the bottom of it, like so, and then I'm going to tie my snood off to the bottom part, which is just above the weight. So my snood, as you can see, is running from the bottom, but my spring now, remember, I've not touched that yet. That's still up above here, and it can still slide up and down my rig body. And I'm just going to take it now into the next room and show you how I clip it up so the rig will be ready to be crimped and used. Right, so just come in the room now, and what I'm going to do is show you how to clip the top part of the rig. So, as I show in all my videos, so all I do is I've got that piece of wire which I bend around my architrave for clipping up my rigs. So I've got the rig there, and I'm going to hang it like so, but I'll show you first what I'm going to do. So on this top swivel, which is still sliding, and I'm going to be placing in the cascade swivel, and I'm going to link the hooks around the bottom of the imp. So let me get my crimping tool. So first of all, I put the hooks onto the imp. Like so, and I'm holding the Cascade swivel with my thumb. Then I'm going to take the spring and slide it up. It's easier for me to do this while it's hanging, but I'm just going to show you where I'm going to place the Cascade swivel. So this swivel that slides, I'm just going to place the Cascade swivel in like so. Just like that. I'm going to hold the crimp with my crimping tool, and I'm going to pull the weight so it's tight, and then slide the spring so it's compressed and crimp it into place. Then I'm going to grab the top crimp with my tool, slide that up 2.5 inches and crimp that into place as well. So that is the rig. Crimped into place there. Can you see the Cascade swivel is now hooked into the swivel above, and then this is what you'd attach to your main line. So all the way through. It's a nice short rig and allows you to cast well. Obviously when it hits the water, the spring does its job, it comes off and you're fishing below the lead then. So yeah, basically that's it, the non-bar rig. That's my go-to rig for rays around here. So give it a go and let us know how you get on. Also, if you'd like the video, click like on the bottom. If you have any questions about it, write them in the comments. Also, if there's anything you'd like to see, just write that in the comments and I'll see if I can do a video on that for you as well. Thanks for the great feedback I've been receiving on my videos, and hopefully I'm helping a few of you out there. So if you are struggling to get tackle at the moment, I know anglerscorner.co.uk, we're open down there in the shop, and we got quite a vast majority of stock available. So just let us know if you need anything. Cheers.